You already know this is going to be a serious video because I got the face cam going. And I'm likely going to catch a lot of heat for this, but this is my opinion and my channel, and I don't care. Also, as a quick disclaimer, you may not have known this, but you're allowed to feel differently on the internet, and it's okay. So I wanted to discuss the ban Hero movement because it's been about a month since Hero released, and the whole concept of Hero is that he's RNG based, so I've seen pros as well as non-pros asking, it's really hot in here. People want Hero banned because of all the uncertainty that he brings with his down B and having things like Kamikaze and Thwack and a 1/10th chance to crit on smash attacks. And in the last month, we've seen a lot of crazy stuff on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch, or wherever you can post a video with all the crazy things that Hero can do. You know, if you're lucky enough, you can take a stock in like 2 hits, maybe even 1 hit. But of course, that's what we're going to see because, and I've mentioned this in a past video, that Hero is unlike any other character that has joined the roster. So of course, we're going to see all the ridiculous things that happen. And in fact, it's crazy that we've had a character join the roster that's so controversial because not only has Hero been unlike any other character in terms of abilities, but Hero has also been unlike any other character in terms of controversy. I mean, the last thing I can think of is Meta Knight in Brawl, you know, being banned from tournaments. And I think that was for the ability to infinite. I don't know. I'm not going to fact check that. Just go with it. Actually, I just looked it up, and it looks like even Bayonetta and Meta Knight were not permanently banned from tournaments. But I'm actually looking at an article right now that came out a couple of weeks ago. Australian Smash Brothers tournament bans Hero from competitive play. And one of the quotes, and I'll read this word for word, RNG permeates every element of Hero's design, from spell selection to random critical hits and hocus-pocus effects. While randomness has, to varying degrees, always been present in competitive games and other Smash games, Hero is so dependent on randomness that it cannot be played around or accounted for in competitive play. The argument is similar to why items are banned in competitive play, and here's where I disagree, because even playing with items on and items being completely random where they spawn, what's going to spawn, Hero is more of a controlled chaos. So I don't even know if it's become a meme at this point, or people just like to say it. Ban Hero, nerf Hero. Hero's fine. And this is where people run to the comment section, hey, this guy doesn't even go to tournaments, he plays casually. So yeah, while that may be true, I'm not a pro player who attends tournaments. I do stream the game, I do create content on the game, so naturally people ask me all the time, what are my thoughts on Hero being banned, and should Hero be banned? And I do want to commend Zero for speaking out on it, and this is in a separate article, and actually in a video that he dropped, talking about the Smash community being overly dramatic, and quoting, I don't know where this issue came from, nobody's won a tournament doing this at all. To me, it seems like it's almost impossible for someone to abuse Hero's OP mechanics in a competitive setting without dying before it even happens. And Zero, if you're watching, by any chance, I have someone that wants to meet you. But he's right, this is a pattern, and it's going to continue as new characters come out, as new Smash games come out, as the roster continues to grow, and Sakurai and his team, or Nintendo, or whoever's working on the game at the time, has to find new ways to put new characters in the game with new mechanics. Going back to Hero being RNG-based, and people complaining that there's so much uncertainty because he can thwack you at low percent and you can just explode, you have to understand that RNG goes both ways. So if you have someone picking Hero, they're also against the RNG because when they hit down B, they have no idea what spells they're going to get. And on top of that, if they take the chance to throw out a smash attack, they have no idea if it's going to crit. They are throwing out a smash attack or using a spell or opening the menu with down B, also taking the risk and assuming the risk that they can be punished for using such slow attacks. In fact, if you die to a smash attack that crits, it's your fault. Why'd you get hit by the attack? It's that simple. Don't get hit with the attack. Dodge, shield, don't put yourself in a position where you can get punished with a smash attack? I mean, doesn't it really come down to that with any character? No matter what character you're playing against. You could be playing against Marth or Donkey Kong. If you have a bad landing and it's your fault, they're gonna hit you with an F smash. It just happens that Heroes has a chance to crit. And honestly, out of all the spells that Hero can use with his down B, how many of them are actually devastating? 2? Maybe 3? You have Thwack, Kamikaze, and maybe Hocus Pocus, but if you pick Hocus Pocus, you know, again, you're assuming the risk that RNG is going to play in your favor, and maybe you'll get an invincibility star, but you can also shrink. But then again, if you're playing Hero, you also don't have to use that spell. It's not like it's just laying around somewhere on the stage for anyone to pick up and throw. The way I see playing with items on is like having a third neutral party, like kind of like a Lakitu. A Lakitu just dropping items, you know, for either of the players to use, and, you know, it's a random item at a random time in a random place, and once an item hits the ground, it's technically in play for either player to use. A Hero player can choose whether or not to use a spell like Hocus Pocus to put it in play. So just to say that there's no way to play around Hero is ridiculous, because a lot of the spells that are devastating, like Thwack and Kamikaze, can be dodged. You know, if you play from a distance, if you're playing a character like Link or a Zoner, if Hero can't get close to you, you know, you can dodge Thwack from a mile away. Kamikaze, you have to be relatively close for it to affect you. And then, of course, Hocus Pocus, which, if the Hero player uses it, they don't know what they're going to get. So, in my opinion, it's not even remotely the same. And while we're at it, let's talk about Hero's non-existent aerial game, because every attack is incredibly slow. In fact, you want to know how slow back air is? Look, I'm gonna go get some water. Sorry, all this talking was making me thirsty. But you see my point. Hero's aerial game is incredibly slow. His ground game is slow. There's downsides. But to compare Hero, an entire character, to playing with items on is completely ridiculous. And if I could be honest with not only all of you, but myself for a second, I enjoy the chaos, the element of chaos that Hero brings to the game. I just think it's funny when people get upset over things that I consider to be kind of dumb. For example, the new rumors floating around are that an SNK rep will be the 4th DLC character, and I didn't address this in a video, but I addressed it in a community post, where it may be true, it also may be a mistake, we don't know, and we should wait for official confirmation, but there's so many people that are upset because it's not the character that they want. And not to go too far off topic, but if it's making a group of people this agitated, leave Hero alone. Let Hero do the same thing. Let Hero mix things up. Honestly, I really, I hate to say this, but I think people who want Hero banned have just had a bad experience against a Hero player, and they're still salty about it. Another thing is, I don't follow esports too closely, but I haven't heard anything about Hero really breaking brackets out there or winning any big tournaments. So in the last month, what has Hero really done? Come on now. So that's it for my little Hero rant, and a lot of people are probably fuming by now, or some of you probably agree with me, and I've been meaning to, I know, I'm stirring the pot here. I've been meaning to stir the pot for a little while now because people are constantly asking me, what do I think about Hero? Should Hero be banned? And my final thoughts are, no, he should not be banned. I understand he brings a lot of uncertainty to the game, but that's how the character is built. And Sakurai and his team made Hero true to the games that he stems from, which is Dragon Quest, for those of you who may be living under a rock. And I do understand that there are other similar games with similar mechanics like Fire Emblem, but we have 11,000 Fire Emblem characters, so not everyone can crit. That's what makes Hero unique. Remove critical attacks, remove the spell menu, and what do you have? You have another Fire Emblem character. I don't know, overall, I just think it's an excuse, and people need to stop being overly dramatic and just play the damn game. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and go fight with each other down there, but please, please, please try to be civil. And if you disagree with me or feel completely differently, that's fine. You know, let me know your thoughts. Let's debate. Let's talk about it. That's all I got. I'll see you later.